Okay, everyone, thank you for coming. Really glad to see you here and giving a speech to you. So today my topic is how to lead your business in China. Actually, when I was preparing to this event, I didn't expect the format. And I think that my topic is a bit hard and very wide. So maybe I won't bother you with the many difficulties which are related to Chinese customs and some paperwork and so on. So I will try to make it easier for you and maybe talk more about Chinese people and about food in China, because it's very much related to leading business in China. So I am a representative of ОПОРА Russia in China, and also I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm a businessman. My major is logistics with China, so from China to Russia and vice versa, from Russia to China. Maybe my presentation is very short and just not full of pictures. That's why I won't list it. I just would like to talk to you. The last year I have been living to China, and the place of living is Guangzhou. This is the South China. It's a bit, this area is a bit different from other areas of China. It's very different from Beijing, from Shanghai, and so on. So South China is very specific area. Leading business in China for the last few years is a bit changed. So if before people tried to source from China, they wanted to supply many goods from there, starting from, I don't know, some socks, finishing with some electrical goods and something very difficult equipment or something like this. But now, when the currency rate grew up twice, people feel very much difficulty to source from China. And most of my clients, they're trying to redirect their business. So most of them turn towards producing. And also, I received as a representative of ОПОРА Russia, and also having a business which is very much related to China, as I have already told you. I have a lot of inquiries on exporting to China from Russia. And most of these businessmen who want to supply to China, they're most producers of food. This topic, food goods, are very interesting to China. I think this is the #1 product that is interested to Chinese market and to Chinese final customers. Because actually, having spent this last year in China, this was the longest period of staying there. I felt that food in China is terrible. When you come there, for example, for one even month, for you it's very interesting to try every day this Chinese food. Every day try rice, then noodles, then again rice and noodles. And actually for practically nothing to eat else. If you come to some Chinese restaurant and you order rice and meat, you receive rice, bones and sauce, so no meat. Of course, you can buy this meat in shop or wherever and cook by yourself, but it's almost impossible to take some tasty food to which we got used to eat. And actually, Chinese people, they feel the same. They have a very high and strong economy. They have lots of money. You don't even imagine how Chinese people now rich. So they can offer everything for themselves. They feel relaxed and they feel this stable situation in their life, which we do not feel and which we, I think, won't feel for a few next years, maybe 5, maybe more. So now they are very much thinking about taking a very quality, high and healthy food. And Russia is the #1 country with which China has good relationships. And now our products are very cheap for Chinese market. And step by step, Russian food coming to Chinese market, and people try to understand that yes, it's tasty, yes, it's healthy, despite we don't have some international certification or something. But when I come in the Chinese supermarket, I see lots of foreign food there, foreign flour, foreign honey, foreign cookies. Everything is foreign, and most of Chinese people, they prefer to buy this foreign food. But the difficulty that Russian food is not presented very high in Chinese market. So potentially, potentially this is the good product, this can have a good future, and if an entrepreneur wants to push their products to Chinese market, they need to work very hard. Every day I face to these problems. Some entrepreneurs come to me and say how to find a real customer in China who can offer me a good price and who can order a good quantity that can be profitable for me. And we discussed this topic, and I faced that people are not ready to invest into this. So if I say that you need to translate your website in Chinese, English is not enough. You need to make lots of presentation files in Chinese. You need to change the package of your good to Chinese, and you need to adopt it to Chinese market. Because, for example, if I see, when I come to the market and I see some cookies, for example, they're lying somewhere on the shelf, same cookies, for example, on the picture. Yes, same, they look the same, but the boxes are different. And the bright box with the gold and red color, or with the many words, and which is bright, they will take it more often. So they will take all this, but they won't take the same cookie. It will be cheaper, but the package is not so good. It's not so bright. So Chinese people, they're like birds. They like everything shining. They like everything big. The box can be much bigger than the food inside, but they will take it, and they will take it not for themselves, but for their relatives and the relatives of the relatives, and so on. What about time of 3 minutes? That's why this is the problem number one, how to present your good, how to present your food in Chinese market. So, and all the time I need to argue with my customers that they need to do this. Without this, you have no good result. Your product won't be marked, and the demand will be very low. Another one problem is certification and customs clearance and so on. So Chinese customs has lots of difficulties, and as I promised, I won't bother you with this because this is a specific topic, and only people who often face to this can maybe. Oh, thank you. I'm a little nervous, right? Thank you for your support. The next one problem is how to promote your goods, except from translation and Chinese language and the good box. So you need to push it at the market. So have many different sources. China is the leading country in terms of commercial trade. So the 50% of the bargains that are made for the last year that are made in China are made by international, by internet commerce. So in the internet, and mostly in gadgets like iPhones and something like this. So in China, they have so many, internet platforms, and one of the most popular is WeChat. So now this program is only coming into Russian market. So our Russian people, they get used to use WhatsApp, Viber, or something like this. But WeChat is the number one program that you need to install if you want to sell in China. And this is like a social network. People always communicate there. Everything in this program. So, but it's very difficult. For example, if you install this program and you try to find something, it's very difficult to find the partners there. Just when you print, Chinese food, Russian food, or something, you won't find. But if you if you develop yourself in this market, so you come to China, you get contacts, and you need to find all of them in this WeChat, and you communicate there, you present your goods there, and you get more and more potential customers. And also, that's what's important. Chinese people, people who get used to communicate in some some special communities, like they communicate with their relatives and with their friends, and they are very hard to accept somebody from outside. But if you working hard and doing everything right, receive one Chinese guy and one Chinese customer, and you received his trustness, so he will call with himself all his relatives and all the people that he knows, and they will be your customers, and that's very good. Thank you, partners. So that's what about business. That is very short, because this topic is very wide, and if somebody interested in it, you can come to me and we can discuss more in details some interesting directions of this topic, because it's too many of them. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, I would like to.
Thank you very much. That was very interesting. I had a complicated question, but I'm going to personally come up and ask that. The one that I want you to comment on is, so since I understand that you are helping Russian entrepreneurs do business with China, right? Has it happened in your experience where this matchmaking and this establishment of connections between Russian and Chinese companies was significantly hindered by the fact that we have absolutely different cultural perceptions of how to do business? Give us an example. I know it happened, I just want to hear an example.
You see, this is the number one problem which people who want to communicate with the Chinese customers or with Chinese manufacturers, this is the number one problem. Because actually for me, when I started this direction, I started it when I was about 20 years old, and I was working in a company which wanted to open Chinese market. They wanted to source from China some electrical goods, and we did it together. And at that time, this is my own experience, I felt a very big difficulty. But after past all this, after 2 years, I have started my own business, and I started to help other Russian entrepreneurs to come over this problem. And actually, for me, it's much easier, and now I don't feel this difficulty. But what about my experience? When we were ordering some LED lamps, and I sent to the factory the picture of the lamp that I want. That my boss said me that I need this, and we have an order, and we have already deposit for this. So they took it, and for about 1 week, they were telling me, yes, we have. And after 1 week, when we have not so many time, they have sent me another one picture and say, oh, that is it, that's what you need. I say, no, that's absolutely another design, what you send me. And they say, oh, but almost the same wattage, I don't know, the same LEDs inside. So whatever, the design is different, but the meaning is the same. So that is the difficulty. The most difficulty is that Chinese mentally, they are very, I don't know, I have forgotten how to say it in English. I will say you, maybe you can help me. Они очень хитрые, в общем. Yes, that is it. And every time that you communicate with them, they try to get their own profit from everything, from totally everything. And you say them, I want this. You explain them and explain. They say, okay, and do as they want. But because of some one detail that you didn't mention, that is it. They say, but you didn't tell me about this. You say, oh, really? But you couldn't guess? Or something like this. That's very important, to write down everything on paper from this small detail. It's not the same like in Europe. You just come to the factory, you say, I want this, this, and this, and you receive its perfect quality and in necessary quantity, and for the price that is mentioned there. In China, it's absolutely different. So I can talk about it very long, so please.
Yes. I'm a trade lawyer from Canada. We did a lot of exporting from the Pacific coast to China. I advised a lot of clients on exporting. And there are many Chinese people living in the west coast of North America, and Vancouver particularly. What I found was I would tell my clients something most people would never hear. I would say, quote a higher price and expect to haggle later. In other words, if you're shipping a lot of goods to China, expect them to say they're not good, even if they are, and expect them to say, send your surveyor to check the quality and to argue for weeks about it. Just build that into your price. Charge them 20% more, and then you will not lose when they haggle you down 15%. And India was very similar. So I wanted your comments on that particular phenomenon.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I think the Chinese people and their style of working is the same all over the world, whether the Canadian or the Russian partner, everything is the same. If to speak about export, yes, sure, need to give them a more high price, as actually they do. For example, now now is everything different in China. So when you come for the first time to some factory and you say, I want this and this product and I want 140-feet container, they will give you the market price. Actually, the market price, you can find the same thing, one piece, in some internet shop like Taobao or JD or somewhere else. You can find it one piece, the price same or cheaper. So that is the problem. So I advise my clients to do. So if my clients from Russia, they want to sell something to China, I say them, give them the high price. But not many Russian people, they aim to negotiate very long because you decide everything very fast. You give price, you say yes or no, that's it. With Chinese, a bit different. Need to negotiate, need to meet, need to discuss all the details and so on. Have together go for the lunch or something like this. That is why you need some representative in China who can do this for you. So you can open a representative office or something, or to send your send your labor employee there to live there and to negotiate with them. Yes, I absolutely agree with the Canadian partner. That's like this.
Thank you, Kseniya. Yes.